Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought we'd do a 2-page 7-door scrapbook layout. The paper that I'm using today is the open stock section from Hobby Lobby and die cuts with the view, the floral fair stack. My paper does measure 11.5 by 11.5 and I'll go ahead and back that on a piece of 12 by 12 craft cardstock paper. I have inked all my edges today with my Stampin' Up! Early Espresso and I'll tape it down with my ATG. Next, my paper does measure 11.5 by 5 3/4. And I'll go ahead and bring it down here towards the bottom. Next, for my border, what I did here, I took a piece of green cardstock, I cut off 1 inch, and then I used my Fiskars grass border bunch in order to cut it out. Now for my next slide, I actually already have it ready. Now for my next couple of pieces, they're all from Kadoodle Bug Designs. It's actually about 3 files. I'm trying to do a storybook series and I bought a couple files. One of them was Bean Magic, What Big Eyes You Have, and I'll put all the files that I'm using today on a description down below. For my first piece, I do have my house. It does measure 7 3/4 by 5 3/4. I'll go ahead and bring it down over here. And everything has been pieced together. There is no printing cut. Next, I do have my apple tree. My apple tree does measure 6 1/8 by 7 inches. Next, I do have my path. It does measure 5 5/8 by 6 1/8. My second tree does measure 4 1/8 by 6 1/8, and this one I'll bring it behind the house. Next, I do have 3 photo mats. The little one does measure 2 7/8 by 3 3/4, and this one does measure 4 by 4 3/8, and on my silhouette I did 2 internal offsets. And I'll start gluing it down with my zip dry. forgot to put my tree. I'm going to go ahead and cut off the bottom part. There we go. I really like the house. It's so pretty. For my next pieces, there are the 7 Dwarfs. For those, I did purchase on eBay. I'll go ahead and leave all the information on the seller on the description down below if anybody's interested. I do have Doc, Sneezy, Sleepy, Bashful, Dobie, Happy, Grumpy, and I did pop some of them on 1 thickness of foam tape. I really like the quality of these die cuts. They feel really nice. Now back to the paper pieces from Kadoodle Bug Designs. I do have 2 flowers. They do measure 2 1/4 by 2 1/2. The broom measures 1/2 inch by 2 3/8. I do have mushrooms. They do measure 1 3/4 by 1 1/2. I have apples. They do measure 1 1/8 by 1 inch, and they're popped up on 1 thickness of foam tape, and so are the mushrooms. I have a little tree stump. It does measure 2 1/4 by 1 3/8. Next, I do have a bag full of jewels. It's from the 7 Dwarfs from their work. It does measure 1 1/2 by 1 3/8. It's popped up on 1 thickness of foam tape. I'll go ahead and put it up here. Next, from the silhouette, I do have 2 clouds. This one does measure 2 1/4 by 1 1/2. This one measures 1 inch by 1 1/2. Go ahead and place them up here, and they're popped up on 1 thickness of foam tape. For this, I'll go ahead and use my Zig pen. And there you have it. This is my 2-page 7-door scrapbook layout. If you enjoyed the video and like to give me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate it as well. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye for now.